Hey everybody, today I wanted to kind of switch gears and talk about some tools. And right here it's block planes. So we'll start with this block plane that I absolutely love. It's an ECE made in Germany. It has a lignum vitae sole. This model actually was made in the 70s, and my dad purchased it new, and then I got it. And I have a number of other ECE planes. This is just one of them because all we're talking about is block planes here today. So we have that block plane that I use a lot and I love. I have this block plane that I use a lot too. And this was an old, I believe it was a flea market find. And it's a Twix brand, TWIX, LIC, New York, which is Long Island City, New York. There we go. Yeah. So this is considered a stamped steel block plane, and they've been around for years and years. The first year this model, I believe the first year this model came out was 1948. Not quite sure how old this one is, but I did refinish it years ago. I said it was pretty rusty, somewhat pitted here and there. But yeah, I refinished the knob and cleaned it all up and, painted the painted parts. Neat feature. It's got a little blade kick over here, quick blade angle adjustment. If you have one of these steel-bodied planes, steel-soled planes, whether they be stamped steel or cast iron or whatever, I highly recommend having one of these. And this is just an oil rag can. Got the idea from Paul Sellers, YouTube video, YouTuber Paul Sellers. And just before you use it, after you use it, you give it a quick wipe there, and man, it just really protects that sole. If you saw my video on alcohol, on my alcohol cook stove, I finally realized where the body wandered off to. This is the body to that sugar shaker. Instead of using a tin can like Paul Sellers did, I actually used that sugar shaker, and I cut the threads off that the lid screwed on and made this little oil rag can. I think that's what he calls it. Use stainless steel, instead of a tin can. Anyway, that's that. Moving along, we have this little guy. Where did I buy this? Well, I made it. Real easy project, simple to make. This particular one I made with, looks like mahogany cheeks on it and walnut for the body, and then it has an ebony sole. And probably I used ebony because that's the hardest wood I had in stock at the time. I made the blade out of stainless steel, and then that's one of my little touch marks there I inserted. And then, yeah, and then I glued it and dowel pinned it together, through dowels there, and then this pin. And then the wedge I left pretty rough on purpose so that, it holds in there pretty nice and it doesn't slip around and it stays pretty secure. There's plenty of videos on YouTube that shows you how to make a little block plane like this. And it's a fun little project, so I highly recommend, if you have a use for a block plane and you like to make things, maybe give it a try and make something like this. This is not from a pattern. This is, my own design. And yeah, I really like using this to soften the edges on wood projects and relieve the edges a little bit. And yeah, it's great. So I'll do a little demo real quick. And here I just have a scrap piece of cedar. I'll clamp in the vise. I have the blade adjusted to to where it's taken off a little bit more on one side than the other. But as you can see, does a pretty good job. For more tools, come back for the next one. This is Dave. Thank you. Bye.